Hey logo designers, this is Michael from the Logo Package, and today we're going to talk about how to use the Logotype tab in Logo Package Forge to create single line and multi-line logotypes. So you can see that I have generated three variations here of the words World's Best Designer. In order to see the Make Logos button, I need to have some text in the type line, and I need to have a custom set created. If you haven't created a custom set, you can check out my tutorial on organizing fonts in Logo Package Forge. But I chose the fluffy set, and once those two conditions were met, then I now have the ability to make logos. A single line of type has limited settings. We have tracking settings, which are 0 by default, but I'm going to change that to 100, and I will make logos. And we will see those same variations with 100 tracking now, which is the amount of space between the letters across an entire line of type. And the other setting that we have available to us when we are working with a single line of type is the ability to change the color. So I can click this color icon on the far right of the Logotype line and choose a color like red. And when I make logos, now we will see that we have the greater tracking of 100 applied, as well as the color that we have chosen. Now let's take a look at generating multi-line logotypes. In order to add new lines to your logotype, click the Add Type Line button in the middle of the Logotype tab. I'm going to add two new lines because I want each one of these words to be on their own line. So I'm going to just move these words to the other lines, best in the second line and designer in the third line. And I'm going to change this color back to black for now, as well as change the tracking setting back to 0. So let's make logos and see how this looks. By default, the justified alignment is what will be selected. This means that every single one of these type lines is going to be the same width. So we can see in these generations that World's Best and Designer are all the same width. But when we set multiple type lines, we can also choose an alignment for the type. So I'll choose left aligned, and now we will see that the letters are all the same size and nothing is scaled up to fit the width of anything else. And this of course works for centered and right aligned as well. So we'll just quickly take a look at centered alignment and right alignment. I'm going to change the alignment back to justified because I think that looks best, and show you some of these other settings. So the gap setting here changes the spacing between the lines of type, and I think 20 is a little bit too much right now. I'd actually like it to be about half of that. So I'm going to change that to 10. And I think that I'd like to really emphasize the word designer. So I'm going to take the designer line and add a red color to that. And now I will make logos. And we will see that the spacing has been reduced and designer is now in red. The final setting that we can look at here is the stacking setting. So right now we have a vertical stack. Each line of type is stacked vertically, but I can change this to be horizontal as well. And now the gap setting has updated to be a horizontal gap instead of a vertical gap. So I'm going to add about 8 pixels of type to that gap, and I'm going to leave the tracking setting alone. You can see that all of the alignment settings are disabled because this is going to show up as a single line of type. And the reason that we may want to align things in a horizontal stack instead of just typing all of the words out on one type line is that this gives us some control over each of the words or each section of words in the logotype that we're trying to generate. So in this example where I have designer red, I think I'm going to change this to black, and I'm going to change the word best to red. And now what we'll see is that when we make logos, worlds and designer are black, but best is red. And this just gives us additional control over the individual type lines when we still want to see everything orientated in a horizontal stack. And that is an overview of all of the different ways to make logotypes, single line and multi-line in Logo Package Forge. Thanks for watching.